just wanted to let you guys know that I got a shipment today from FedEx, and it was my HelloFresh box. So if you guys don't know the story behind this, my friend Kaylee posted on Facebook that she was giving away a couple of coupon codes for a free week of HelloFresh. So I was one of the lucky ones to get that coupon code, and so I ordered it for delivery for today so that I could cook and eat the meals next week for lunches while Bradley was at work, since I think some of these recipes he wouldn't really care for. But I just wanted to kind of unbox it for you guys. So if you were interested in HelloFresh, you guys could get an honest review and unboxing. So this is going to be a HelloFresh vegetarian menu review. And I'm going to start with unboxing. So here we go. So here's the box, and it did come really quick. I already took the tape off. So as soon as you open it, say hello to the freshest deals in town. What's in here? Okay, so they have like a little coupon. And then, oh, nutritional info. So that's cool though that they give you, you know, the calories and the vitamins and stuff. So, oh, and that's nice paper. It's thick. And then these look like the recipe cards. All right, so there's my menus. And then this should be all of our food. So that's a really thick cardboard. Oh, that's insulated. I like that. So there, it smells so good. Okay, so what is this? Oh, okay, so it's already all bagged up per recipe. That's nice. Other ones I've ordered just had like everything everywhere, and it was like color coded and made it kind of tricky. All right, so this one should be my quinoa bowl. Yep. All right, you come here. Quinoa bowl. And then there's the risotto bag. All right. So I could have just gotten that at the store. Brown rice and quinoa blend. That's pretty cool. There's little microwavable things. All right, so you go with my quinoa bowl, I'm assuming. Yeah. And then pasta. Obviously. What's in here? Oh, this is the freezer pack, which is no joke. Still completely frozen solid. That's cool. So I'm just gonna put everything in the refrigerator except for the pasta and the rice, because I think there's like veggies and stuff in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all that in the fridge, and when I start to cook, I will show you guys how it looks. Okay guys, so for tonight's meal, we are going to be using the HelloFresh packet. And the first meal we're gonna use is the cumin quinoa bowl. It looks like that. And then it just came with like the directions and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that tonight. And it's gonna be kind of just like my burrito bowls that I normally make. But it looks like there might be a little bit of a difference. First thing I noticed that's different is the fact that they have feta cheese listed on here, which I won't be putting on mine, and Brad will probably just use like the taco blend cheese that we have in the fridge, because I don't think he likes feta cheese. So I just wanted to show you guys the process of this particular menu and let you guys know what we think. are cooking another HelloFresh meal. This is the one we're cooking. It is the caramelized shallot risotto. So this one looks like it's going to take longer to cook. And it's already 6 o'clock and I'm hungry. So we'll see if I can be patient enough to follow the instructions. So we're going to get started cooking. Yeah, here I go. I'm going to chop some shallots. Okay, so you guys, I was about to get to the step that said that the zucchini needed to be cut into ribbons and then saute it and all that stuff and then finally chop the core. But the box came on Saturday and it is now Thursday, and the zucchini, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the zucchini has actually gone bad and I don't have another zucchini. So I'm not going to be able to do that part of the recipe. So unfortunately you guys are not going to see that part of this. So I may have burnt the garlic just a little bit. That's okay. I'm substituting peas for the zucchini that I couldn't put in there to put a little bit of protein in. About half the can. Hey guys, so it is time for another HelloFresh meal, and tonight's meal is this creamy lemon tagliatelle. I don't know how to say that pasta. So, and I'm a little worried because yesterday I tried the risotto that had like the tiniest bit of Parmesan cheese in it, and my face like completely reacted to the little bit of dairy that was in it. So I'm gonna try to figure out a way to make this vegan, because they actually call for like sour cream, and they also call for more Parmesan, but it looks like you only have to put like half the Parmesan in it and then you top it with the rest, so it looks kind of optional. So I'll probably top Bradley's with the Parmesan and I just won't put any cheese in it. So let's get cooking. To take a little bit of time to explain my review of HelloFresh. I don't want this to come across in a very negative way, but I want to just go ahead and start off by saying we are not going to be ordering HelloFresh anymore. So let's start by going meal by meal, and I'll explain a couple of things. The first meal that we tried was this cumin quinoa bowl. And I will insert a picture right here of how mine turned out. And it was actually really good. The flavors were really good. The bell pepper was actually like a little soft, but we did make this meal about 4 days after we received our shipment. So obviously we didn't cook it the same day we received it, so that could have had something to do with the fact that the produce was just not quite as fresh and crisp as I expected. We did not put the feta cheese on the quinoa bowl so that it could be vegan. I also did not put all of the cumin. I did open both of the packets, but as I was dumping the cumin in for the sauce, I guess you would call it, that goes on the quinoa bowl, I realized it was a lot of cumin. So I held back just a little bit. Like, I kind of pinched the packet as I was shaking it into where I was going to mix the dressing, because I just knew it was going to be too overpowering. So that's one thing I wanted to mention was, if you don't have any culinary experience whatsoever, some of these flavors might be a little too intense for someone who's just used to eating like fast food or eating at restaurants, let's just say. And they might not be prepared for how flavorful the food is if you prepare it according to the recipe. The second thing that I wanted to mention that did pertain to this particular recipe is, I actually make a recipe very similar to this, and I actually could probably make that meal for cheaper than the $9.95 or $9.99 per meal that they typically charge. So that was a little disappointing as well. I felt like it was a meal that was very easy to put together on our own, wasn't too challenging, and so that did kind of disappoint me as well. But on the flavor aspect of things, 10 points. It was very good, very flavorful. Even my husband ate it and he enjoyed it, so that was awesome. Our favorite meal of the entire week. Next we had the caramelized shallot risotto, and that's what it looks like. And I will insert a picture of how mine turned out here. And I have to say that this one was kind of difficult for me to eat. I don't know if it maybe was just the fact that the particular flavors in this dish were just something that my palate didn't take very well. Maybe it was the mixture of the shallots and the balsamic vinegar. I'm not really sure, but there was just something about this dish that just like, it just didn't sit well, if that makes sense. It was more time consuming than I expected a meal to be coming from a prepared service like this. The prep time was 10 minutes and the total time is 50 minutes. That brings me to another point. Some of these meals might not be very time efficient for someone that they might be trying to reach out to as consumers. I feel like HelloFresh or any of these food services that send these meals in a box kind of thing, those kind of consumers are usually short on time, busy people who just want something that they can kind of play around in the culinary world or just learn how to cook. And I feel like maybe this particular recipe might be a little too much for those kind of consumers. So I feel like they might have kind of missed the mark on these recipes that might take a little bit more time. But I can appreciate the fact that there was only one recipe in the entire week that we ordered that was this long. However, kind of going back to what I was talking about with the quinoa bowl, the zucchini I actually was not able to use on this one because it literally was rubbery and falling apart. It was squishy and just did not look good. The produce was just not on point for me. Basically with this entire box, I'm not trying to fault HelloFresh on this one 100% because I did receive this shipment on January 6th and I did not begin cooking the meals until January 10th. So there was a time in between, but I don't feel like 4 or 5 or 6 days of it being in my fridge should have caused these particular types of produce to go bad that quickly. That was something that kind of disappointed me. I was surprised, honestly, because I think we've actually ordered HelloFresh before. About a year ago, I think we tried HelloFresh also, and I don't remember having that much of a problem with their produce. So I don't know if it was just my particular box, the way that I stored it, I don't know. Flavor-wise for the caramelized shallot risotto, like I was saying, it just did not do it for me. My husband didn't even try it. He looked at it, saw the amount of onion that was put in this dish was kind of insane. I like cooked onions. I definitely like roasted onions just like you cooked these, but this was too much. And that kind of goes back to like I was saying about the quinoa bowl with the cumin. It's too much. That seems to be a general consensus across the board on these meals that I've noticed is everything that all the ingredients and flavors and things like that is just too much. So caramel shallot risotto, I didn't even eat it all. I probably didn't even eat a serving size of it. So HelloFresh, I feel like you missed the mark on this one. Let's stop talking about that one and let's move on to the last meal that we tried. The last meal that we tried was the creamy lemon tagliatelle. And I can never say that kind of pasta, but it's a kind of pasta. And I will insert a picture of my finished dish here. This one was probably my second favorite, obviously, since I just said the risotto was like a total miss for me. This one only took about 30 minutes to cook, and that was really good. Time frame wise was great. The mushrooms were not that bad considering how the other produce had looked earlier in the week. But I will say, like I said, in both of the other meals, the amount of tarragon that they give you for this, insane. It's insane. I personally think if you had put all of the tarragon that they gave you into this dish, which they don't specify like a tablespoon of tarragon, or I don't think anyway. They just say half of the tarragon and then you add the remaining tarragon to taste. I didn't even pinch off all of the tarragon leaves. I actually, got rid of about, I don't know, a quarter of it off the bat. So again, with the flavor profile, it just too saturated in these high intensity flavors. Tarragon has a very strong flavor. In the other dish, the shallots have a very strong flavor. The balsamic vinegar has a very strong flavor, and it was just too much of it. And cumin on the quinoa bowl, too much. So that's just my personal opinion. I need to say that as much as I can. These are just my opinions. So take this as you want. But back to the creamy lemon pasta. It had this off flavor to me when I first took a bite. So it took a couple of bites for me to actually start to like enjoy this meal. So that was kind of disheartening for me that I had to like, do I like this? Do I not like this? Because I like my dishes as soon as I take that first bite just to be like, yes, this tastes so good. So, and I'm all about trying new things, but you guys, I've had tarragon before. I've had this pasta. Not this particular pasta before, but I've had pasta like this before. So yeah, that one was actually kind of a miss for me too, unfortunately. So, to recap everything and to kind of bring this all together, I personally would not recommend HelloFresh as a food delivery service just based on this particular week. And I got the vegetarian week. I'm not sure if I said that already or not, but I got the vegetarian week. And as you guys know, I'm vegan. I didn't want this to be part of like the recipe reviews, but I did try to veganize all of these recipes as the best that I can, because as far as I know, HelloFresh does not offer a vegan menu. So I had to veganize it. The pasta on the last day, I did actually have to substitute out like the sour cream and things like that for some vegan options that I already had in my fridge, thank goodness. But on the day that we made risotto, I did decide to use the little bit of Parmesan that it told you to make the like creamy risotto. So I did put the Parmesan in the dish. However, I seemed to have a bad reaction to it. My face broke out really bad from the dairy, so that was really discouraging too. And then when we actually opened the Parmesan cheese on the day that we made the pasta, we ended up not even using that for Brad's dish, which he ended up not even eating the pasta anyway. But once we opened the bag of Parmesan that came in the set, which by the way was in the refrigerator the entire time, but once we opened the bag, it just had an odor to it as if the cheese had gone bad. There was no mold or anything like that, but it just had this odor. So we just nixed that all together and threw it away. So it was very sad wasting some of this food, but they did put in little parentheses, I don't know if you guys can see that, but they put in parentheses when there's milk in the product. So that is really good to know that, like, at least you can know what things, if you're a vegan, that you can't use in the recipe. So I just, again, want to say I personally would not recommend HelloFresh. I know a lot of people who use HelloFresh and enjoy their meals. I think that they actually get the options that contain the meat products and maybe not the vegetarian options, but maybe they just need to focus a little more on developing their vegetarian menu, and maybe they just feel like they have to overcompensate with flavor if they don't have a meat product, which is totally not the case. I'd rather have like perfectly flavored dishes and no meat, obviously, than totally overpowering flavors in a vegetarian dish. HelloFresh just missed the mark for us personally. Like for our family, it just didn't do it for us. It was a little frustrating. So the last thing that I wanted to mention was, sorry about Piper, the fact that in the HelloFresh box, there was this minute ready to serve brown rice and quinoa that never was mentioned. So I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was intended to be something like a quick fix. So like if you didn't have time to make the risotto, you could just make this and microwave rice. I don't really know. I never really figured it out. But yes, I just wanted to give you guys my opinion on HelloFresh, how it went for us and our experience, in case you guys are curious. But if you guys want to try it for yourself, by all means, go for it. But I just thought maybe I would save you guys a little bit of money. I know that they're doing a lot of specials and deals going on where you get like, I think like $30 off your first week order. So if you want to, maybe give it a try, but make sure you have one of those codes. Or if one of your friends uses HelloFresh, I think they can send out like referral links, and that will give you some money off as well. But yes, HelloFresh was a miss for us, and we might try some other companies that do the same thing and just kind of compare our experience. I think Green Chef actually has a vegan option, and there's another thing I think called like the purple carrot or something like that. But if you guys are interested in us doing a review of another company, please pop that in the comment below and which company you would like for us to try. I'm sorry if this upset anybody that orders HelloFresh, that really enjoy it. This was just our experience and just wanted to get it out there for you guys. But yeah, if you would like, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and share if you would like to share our experience. And we will catch you guys in our next video. Bye!